This is a Harper Guys production.
The Harper contains foul language and adult material. If you are easily offended and thin-skinned, you should hit the stop button now. And if you are not a complete idiot, let's get this party started.
Let's get down to brass tacks, gentlemen. If I was informed correctly, the clock is ticking. Is that right, Jimmy?
You know, but good luck arguing that in court. Let me get down to brass tacks.
Listen, let's get down to brass tacks here. How much for the ape?
Jack, let's just cut the crap and get down to brass tacks here.
Are you hating on Neil Diamond?
Holy fuck! Fuck Neil Diamond!
Our dream of deathmatch is going to come to fruition, and my golden ticket is going to pay off. Hoo-ah! Don't you fucking hoo-ah me, motherfucker!
I want the ability to time travel.
Dumb. This is stupid. Welcome to the Hopper. This is Jake. With me as always, my sidekick, Adam.
Woo! That's right. Coming in a little hot.
That's right. Coming in for a late summer, early fall show coming at you. I wasn't really animated at the beginning. I'm just ready to get down to some shit here. So let's throw a PSA out there. And
Let's get down to brass tacks, gentlemen.
hell yeah. Let's throw a little PSA action out there and let's roll on too.
All right. Welcome to the #1 Common Sense podcast this side of the Mississippi. Did everybody get that? Should I do it again? Welcome to the #1 Common Sense podcast this side of the Mississippi.
You think there's common sense on that side of the Mississippi?
There's a couple.
Okay.
I mean, LA's a big place. I'm not giving any credit to
Yeah.
the East Side. We are the East Side.
I mean, no. It's a mixed bag. Anyway.
We're the East Side enough.
Right. East side.
I mean, Rogan's out there left of the Mississippi.
He's down in the fucking panhandle now. He's barely left of the fucking Mississippi anymore.
A little bit. Anyways, I throw that out there because I used to promote that all the time, but I don't do Twitter as much as I should, and maybe I'll get back on that.
Maybe.
But that's how we promoted the show. It was Common Sense Podcast. I believe we are one of the few podcasts out there that actually created our own genre.
What, with common sense?
No, with that being our genre, Common Sense.
Oh, that's what I just said.
When
I said with common sense, you said no.
Well, yeah.
Doesn't it make common sense if that's what we
When
created?
you're creating your podcast and you're going down through the things and you're just like, well, are you a comedy? Are you sports and leisure? I'm like, yes, but
Yeah.
where's my common sense?
Exactly.
Now, you still can't find that, I'm sure, but I'm hoping that our podcast helps create that.
Hey, you got to be an innovator someplace.
So, episode 96.
Yeah.
Visit us. I can't talk tonight. Quickly, anyways.
Visit
us at theharperguys.com. Once there, you can find our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube links.
Nice.
Once again, Facebook and Twitter, not updated. And for that most part, neither is YouTube. But you will find plenty of content on YouTube.
That's right.
You can also find us everywhere podcasts are found. Visit the YouTube channel and subscribe.
Yeah.
Fucking do it.
I know. I'm with you. And if you're from Southie, way to go, Tom Brady. Getting ready to start another season. So pretty excited about that. Also the #1 podcast in Southie. Didn't know if you knew. Now you know.
That's right. Go take a walk to the Bubbla, come back.
That's right.
After you parked your car, whatever.
Right.
That's I should never use that one.
Park your car?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's one of the old standbys.
That's what they're all cars.
Now if you want to do something great, you throw a wicked ripper.
Yeah.
That's
Fucking party down. Can't wait for that.
a huge party, only huger.
Speaking of Tom Brady, what do you want to start the night off with?
Okay. I'm excited for the NFL. I don't know about you.
I'm fucking stoked.
Last week, Jake's like, you want a podcast next Thursday? I'm like, no. Football fucking starts next Thursday.
And I was like, whoa. I meant at noon.
You got a little bit excited there, but not as excited as it's going to be tomorrow watching some fucking Red Zone. Well, you don't need to watch Red Zone.
Not for
when there's
tomorrow
one
night.
game.
Sunday afternoon, baby. Sunday.
So let's talk a little bit about the NFL. I think we do this every season start, and I don't believe we ever go back and see what we predicted and how it came out.
I'm pretty sure I was right last year. I don't really know. We can go back and check the footage.
You would say that no matter what.
Yeah. Actually, I think I was wrong. I think I had Kansas City beating Green Bay in the Super Bowl last year. So I got one team right, but I fucking didn't even get the winner right.
I'm pretty sure I called Kansas City, not expecting the Browns to be playing them to go. Was it to the Super Bowl?
No, that was
to the AFC. That was to face Buffalo.
To face Buffalo.
Yes. No.
Yes. Because Kansas City then beat Buffalo bad.
Okay. All right.
That happened.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Yeah. That's right. But before we get into the NFL, let's bore the viewers a little bit,
especially the ladies. I know you're loving this.
With the fantasy wrap up for baseball and where we're at.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And this, if you're into this, you'll get it. But if you're not, then tune out for a minute.
I'm pretty sure we're close to the year 20 that I've been in.
No,
we got to be getting close.
This is year 16 all time.
I only missed 1 year though, right?
2.
Okay, so I've got 14.
No.
I thought it was just one.
I think just one.
He drafted his team and didn't do nothing with it.
Yeah,
and I've been rolling it since then.
Stefan's team.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, the Joyman.
Yeah.
Speak a little German, baby.
So anyways, our league, we only have 8 guys, so there's a lot of players to pick from.
Yep.
With 8 teams, 8 managers. We've been doing this for a long time. The first 2 seasons, I started this in 2006. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I just knew I wanted to play some fantasy ball. So the first 2 seasons were points only. So we were streaming pictures. We were just doing. Yeah, it was really stupid. Then the third year, Jake was on board, probably the previous year as well, and we're like, let's do a head-to-head because that just seems to make more fucking sense. And Jake won it that year. The first head-to-head in 2008, Jake won it.
Was that the year I won it?
Yes. And Jake last season was in the finals and blew it.
I think I'm 0 for 6 since then, if I have it counted right. I think I'm 0 for 6 in championships since the one I won.
Well, I don't know. We'd have to go check the record.
We could check the archives if you want to update the masses, but for where we are now.
I did look at mine because I looked.
What do you got, 3 championships?
4? I've got 3 wins and 3 losses, so I've been there 6 times.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm 1 and 6. No joke.
Okay. So anyways, all that bullshit out of the way, I had a so what we do, real quick, we have every 7-year redraft. We keep 7 players to our team. That's a lot, but for baseball, it kind of works out.
7 players, up to 7 years. You can switch them out year to year who your 7 keepers are.
Yeah, they don't have to be.
They're just on your team automatically. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, in 2019, we redrafted, and I didn't do my homework. I was a dumbass. I usually pride myself on my fantasy teams, and the first 2 years, it really showed. So, 2019, that year, and then 2020, I did a little bit better last year. And this year, I had a decent team. I started off, I started off like 4-3, which isn't great, but it was okay. And then I lost 4 in a row. This is my story this year. And then I revamped my team. We only get so many moves, and I was at the threshold. After halfway through the season, I just did like 8 moves, put me at every year we have so many issues with disabled list, injured list, whatever you want to call it. So we're all up at like 20 plus at midseason anyways. But then I had to revamp my team. And like I said, I'm the commissioner. I made these rules, but we only have 40 moves. And basically that was to keep people from streaming pictures just all day long, getting the points, which probably would fuck you in the ass now in this league with the walks and the...
Yeah, you have too many negative categories for pitchers.
But you'd get the innings pitched and the Ks and all that shit. So it probably still would help. And the wins probably... Well, it could be losses, though, too. I don't know. Anyways, bottom line is... I retooled my team, and from that point on, I tied the very next week, and then I won 7 straight weeks. And I put myself in a good position. I'm in the playoffs. I kind of got screwed last week, in my opinion, but then again, I probably wouldn't have been in that situation had I not gotten the benefit of what happened with that whole situation.
Yep, I agree.
We had a guy that's not paying attention because he's out of it, and I don't blame him because I probably would be paying attention.
I fucking ride that shit to the end.
But he wasn't getting his innings pitched, and when you don't get your innings pitched, the other guy gets all the pitching categories, and it's a landslide of points. Well, that's what happened to me to keep me out of second place, but I also, like I said, was the beneficiary of that a couple weeks ago. He didn't get his points against me, but I didn't win as big as Barry did. Barry won huge. He got like 16-4, I think. It was lots of points.
Yeah. So,
but long story short, I came from the depths. I'm in the playoffs now, and I'm enjoying it. And Jake here finished numero uno.
that's right.
In the season standings.
Yeah, but again, I started off slow. The team had to build up and come back. I dealt with a million injuries. I went, I don't know how many weeks with my team being short players because, unlike you, I decided not to use all of my moves, which in hindsight would have played out the same either way. It might have actually helped me a couple weeks by not having substandard pitching in. You know what I mean? By just sticking with the guys that were my guns.
Totally.
I had 1 week that was close. I don't know if you remember. I needed 1.2 innings on Sunday, and I had one starter going. And thank God he played, because if that game had been delayed, I would have lost all the pitching categories for that week. But
a few weeks ago, you got 35 innings exactly.
Right. So I've had 2 close weeks, but it's been good. I think that going into the playoffs, I think we have the 2 best teams. Unfortunately for Adam, he finished 4th, which means that he had to go on my side of the bracket, where I don't think we belong. But whatever, it is what it is. So hopefully he can win this week, and then
we can switch that around.
We get a little Hopper field.
You think?
I
can switch you and Barry real quick.
All you have to change is the setting of the what's it called? Like a re-bracket or some shit.
We can't do that. We're thinking out loud to the world.
To
the masses.
Nobody hears this from the league. Those guys don't listen to this stuff. They're not cool.
They're probably not cool.
So anyway, baseball will be wrapped up here in a couple weeks. I love my team. I love my core. I got 5 more years with them. It's gonna be awesome. So.
Yeah, he's got some good guys. Your number 1 offensive threat is
fucking Fernando
Tatis Jr.
I love Tatis, man.
God, if I could have had him, shit. He's also got the other end of the spectrum, Frankie Lindor, which is a sore subject, not as much anymore because he batted .220.
He has killed me this year.
Jake doesn't know what to do with him because he's got him, but you just can't let this guy go because he could show up next year and be in fuego. You don't know.
He could bat .330, lead the league in 30-30s. I mean, we'll find out.
I mean, you sell the guy. I mean, I'm sure if next year Frankie's on fire, Jake's probably going to trade his ass.
Probably not. I still like him.
Yeah.
It just sucks having the 2 best shortstops in baseball when they're both healthy.
True. Just saying, if he's
good, it makes it hard.
I would, because of you. You can see that he can go down into the valleys of shit.
Yes.
I would, if he's doing well early, I would fucking pull that trigger. Not to me necessarily.
I might. But I will say this. This is the part of the year where things get hard, because even unless your team really falls apart, there's not a lot of moves to make other than keeping up with your daily players and making sure that people are in. So,
which is a big deal.
Right, it is. It's a huge deal. But what I'm saying is,
like, we should probably check during this podcast.
I don't have to because I'm on a bye.
Fuck you.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not even being rude about it. I'm saying my team's on bye this week.
Gotta make sure. I think we're doing okay.
Okay.
All right. I got no red circles.
Good. So, this is about the time of the year where I put one eye on baseball and I start focusing on...
Or half an eye on baseball.
I put a full eye on it, especially when I'm the number 1 seed.
Well, that's why, though.
Yeah, if not, it'd be a half eye. If I'm in the playoffs, so period, because I want to win, and we've both seen that all you got to do is get in the fucking playoffs, and anything can happen from there. You won 1 year as a 6th seed, didn't you? Last team in, holding the trophy. I'm pretty sure one of your championships was.
Maybe my first one.
You have to go back and look. I'm pretty sure you had a championship that was you squeaking in, and you've had a couple of, I think 2 of the 3 losses you had in the championship, you were like the 5-6 seed sliding in. The 1 year you were like wire to wire and then lost in the championship, because I did the same thing with you fucking beating me that year. So
2017 and 2018, I bookended the league. Started in first, finished in first, 200 victories. Like, you're sitting at 186. I think you and Evan actually tied with your wins.
But I might have broken the record for fucking ties, though. See how many fucking ties
like
I have?
80-some.
Right, it's ridiculous.
So I bookended those back-to-back years and wiped it all till the championship, and then got beat by the former bottom feeders of the league that had good years. But
yeah, I think did
Barry and Josh.
I was gonna say, didn't your last 2 losses in the championship make first-time winners?
Yes.
Yeah, that's always nice.
And your last one made a first-time winner as well. Last year.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, it
Brandon.
did.
So Jake and I have been in the championship between us the last 4 years, and we've given it away
Fucking Bogart. But we've had 4 different champions, right?
4 different.
Yeah, so we're aiming to make it 5 in a row this year because
the
one of us need to win it.
The last repeat champ was Brett Jackson.
But now it's been a while for Brett.
It's been about 5 years, 6 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at
But he
like
just won a football championship.
I'm at like 8 years. You're at like 13.
I know. Thanks.
Hey, I'm rooting for you.
I'm the fucking Atlanta Braves right now. I'm the 1990s Atlanta fucking Braves.
I kind of want to just like lose to Tyler so you can kick his ass, and then because I don't know, you're gonna he may not want a podcast if we play and I beat him.
What?
He might be fucking done.
What are you talking about?
And then let's move on to the.
That's what I'm saying.
The most important part. NFL is coming around.
Right.
I don't know if
and we
Jake,
play each other in fucking week 1 again.
I don't know if Jake is more excited about football, or watching Justin Fields finally take the reins, or just fantasy football.
All of it. Dude, I was laying in the hotel Saturday night watching the Notre Dame fucking game. Yeah, I was sweating a little bit, but man, it's nice to be
watched
back,
that.
baby. Woo! 41-38 in overtime after they had the game well in control. Woo! But they made the big plays when they had to. I love football being back. The only thing I'm going to hate this year is the woke-ass NFL. I love the league, but they're going to fuck it all up. Every fucking commercial, every fucking end zone, every fucking everything.
Well, I can't.
I'm just saying.
For
That's
me-
the only negative for me.
For me, it's not that at all because us Cleveland fans are climbing out of the cave of dog shit that was the last 25 years and prepared to enjoy some football. That's how I'm going to put it. Enjoy some fucking football.
Nope.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
Calling it.
You calling it what?
Most fucking failing team in the league this year to expectations.
You're wrong.
The Browns. I'm not some fucking Steeler fan or some Baltimore fan sitting out there fucking just talking shit because it feels good. Okay. I hope I'm wrong.
Tell me why.
Because you're one injury away, which is going to happen this year, from your offensive line having real problems because you have no backups on your offensive line. Granted, your offensive line, I think, is the best in football.
How do we not have any backup?
You're
Did you watch the preseason?
Your backup offensive linemen suck. Yes.
It looked pretty good in the preseason.
Well, they were going against backups out there. Hey, like I said,
Sometimes.
hey, dude, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just saying. You asked what my opinion was.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you. OBJ's going to come back this year. It's going to be more problems than it's fucking worth because he's going to still be a fucking prima donna. The first time that he has 2 catches and they lose, it's going to be fucking Randy Moss, Michael Irvin type shit, Terrell Owens all over a fucking again. That's going to fucking happen.
I don't think it will.
Your
Because
defense
there's
is
a
made
guy-
up of manginas.
There's a different guy at the helm,
Okay.
and I don't think he's going to put up with the bullshit.
I'm just saying, either by being injured or being suspended, Myles Garrett has yet to play a full season in the NFL. That will continue this year. He'll tweak his Achilles or his butt cheek or something that makes him miss a game.
I think
Clowney
you're reaching.
Nope, I'm not reaching. Clowney hasn't played a full season in the league since 2016. So there's problems all over the place. You have a secondary that hasn't played a single game together. Those guys, you lose a guy or two back there, they're screwed again. I think that Cleveland's set up for it again and again. Last year we were having this conversation about the same time. About the same time, everybody was writing off Pittsburgh. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about the good feelings.
I don't think anybody
They come
wrote
with-
off Pittsburgh last year.
Everybody was writing off Pittsburgh last year, and then they were 14-0, 13-0, 12-0
They were 11-0
before they lost.
Before they lost their first game.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it was great to beat them in the playoff game. That was awesome. I'm just saying, they still didn't win a division. They've got a motherfucker in front of them in Baltimore, and Pittsburgh's going to be better than people think.
I don't believe so. I think Pittsburgh's going to be dog water. I think they're going to be dog land. I think their time has come and gone. You talk about one injury.
Oh, dude, we all know that. If Roethlisberger goes down, their season is over. Nobody's arguing that theory.
They don't have shit for an offensive line. You'd think the Browns are bad or don't have backups. The Steelers don't have an offensive line.
They got wide receivers for days, and a guy that's got a knack
So
for
do the
getting rid of the football.
Browns.
I'm just saying.
Okay, I watched the preseason.
You got Garrett, they got Watt. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's all kinds of dudes. They just added 2 fucking Pro Bowl defenders.
Okay, I'm not talking
for
about
next
their
to
defense.
nothing.
Their defense is going to be good.
Their offense is going to be a pain in the ass. because they're going to be fucking tricky. Dude, Ben's going to be a lot of 1, 2, 3 pop, 1, 2, 3 pop, 1, 2, 3 pop, getting the ball out of his hand. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is finally the year that Pittsburgh goes 5-12.
Well, I'm not even saying that. I'm not expecting them to be complete, can't win a ball game, but I think they're more around the 8 to 9 wins.
Yeah. Well, so how many games do you think your Browns are going to win out of 17?
Out of 17?
It's a 17-game
lot.
season this year. No, fuck that.
12.
Come on. All right, 12. I'm going to take Cleveland at 9-8 on the season, finishing third place and missing the playoffs. Hey, I hope I'm wrong. Dude,
It's not going to happen.
It's not very often I hope that I'm wrong. Dude, this totally aligns with me hoping I'm wrong.
This is one of the first out of probably since they came back, these last few years are the only years that players have wanted to come here.
I get that.
It's a different.
I get it.
It's a different thing.
But when things are happy and everybody's hugging and kissing and you feel like you're on the cusp of something, these are those moments when things go bad that young teams don't recover.
They had a shittier defense last year.
Yeah, for sure. Their defense is way better.
offense-
Except for Sheldon Richardson. You're going to miss Sheldon.
Their offense was okay. The running backs, the running back offense was stellar with Chubb and Hunt. Wide receivers didn't do bad, and they almost beat Kansas City in the playoffs.
Should have beat Kansas City in the playoffs.
Exactly. Should have beat them.
You got beat by Chad Henne.
And all they did in the offseason was improve. So I'll take your gonna go down the shit can and double it. They're gonna rise above.
Well, our difference is 3 wins right now. I'm projecting 9-8, missing the playoffs, which will be a huge disappointment for this team.
If they
go 9-8 and miss the playoffs, over 500 or not, huge disappointment season.
Yeah, but see, I'm at like 12.5 wins. So notably the
You
Browns
said 12.5
Yeah,
wins.
because they're going to win 13 because that's an unlucky number, and that just seems to suit them perfectly.
So you think they're just going to go further to break your heart?
Break my heart? You don't understand.
Oh, I do. Dude, anybody that acts like that Kansas City lost it and sucked last year is joking. Like, that fucking blew. I don't care how good your season was, how much it was nice to come back and beat Pittsburgh. Once Mahomes was announced not coming back for the second half of that game,
there was
80% of the country was like, so you're telling me there's a chance.
I had to close the blinds to hide my massive boner.
Right.
But yes, I mean.
And then it didn't matter
Of
because
course.
of Chad Henne.
Of course it didn't matter. But I just want consistency year in and year out. And if we can get a couple Super Bowls out of it, great.
A couple?
Yes.
A couple?
A couple.
Let's dance with one first.
A couple.
Okay. Fair enough.
Stefanski's going to be our coach for the next 15 years. He's already changed the culture. Yeah. That's it.
So he's not going to have a single player left when he leaves. Because there ain't a guy on the team that's going to be there 15 years from now.
There ain't going to be one player. They're not going to draft anybody.
Right now? That's what I said.
I didn't say from
So he's
this
going to change the
season.
whole season, the whole team.
Bill Cowher
and
was
he'll
the
make it through
coach
that.
from the Pittsburgh Steelers for 10 years.
But you're
You
talking
think
about
the original players were there?
You're talking about a team that's had 3 coaches since World War II. And no other team in the entire league looks like them when it comes to coaching tenure over the entire long haul.
That's who the Browns want to be.
In that realm, yes.
That's who I want them to be, is a stable fucking franchise.
I get it, man.
So, in my head, Stefanski coaches for 15 years, and he's still not even 60.
I hope you're right. I'm just saying.
I'm hoping he's putting 2 decades worth of...
Just don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you what my opinion is.
I don't care.
I'm on your side. I want him to win. The difference is we both think that Chicago is going to suck.
I don't really have a pulse on all the other teams. So other than the Patriots, who apparently can't keep a quarterback, although, who's that young guy?
Can't keep a... Dude.
I watched him last year. Did you not watch him last year? Cam Newton sucked balls.
Whoever thinks that the Patriots are going to the playoffs this year, raise your hand. Awesome. Dude, this team is going to be a mother to deal with.
I'm definitely replaying this one back.
Oh, dude, you're going to have to. So you don't think that the Patriots are going to be good?
No, I
Okay.
don't.
So you don't think they're going to make the playoffs?
And I also don't think Tom Brady's going to the playoffs again either.
Oh.
Well,
you hardcore baseball guys, you're rascals.
Yeah. Talk about one injury away.
Dude, that fucking Patriots invested in every element of their team in the offseason. And they have a quarterback now to go with it.
Do they?
Dude, kid's good.
Unproven?
Yeah. When you played a couple years for Alabama, every week's the spotlight. Every week something crazy going down. And the difference between most Alabama quarterbacks and Mac is that Mac was the engine last year. Everything that team needed, he did all the time. Dude's the man.
Well.
If he didn't play for Alabama, he would have won the Heisman Trophy last year. I firmly believe that. Even though he's the second best quarterback in the draft. The sad thing, he's probably actually the third. Let's be honest. Maybe fourth. This is going to be a sick quarterback draft, man. They're going to look back on this as one of the all-time greats.
So real quick, Lawrence is going to – why did they get rid of Minshew?
Because they didn't want the competition. They didn't want it. No, it's really smart. They didn't want to be dealing with any shenanigans, any dumb shit going on. So they shuffled him right out of fucking town.
Why wouldn't you let Minshew start a couple games? Let the young kid absorb football and then trade his ass.
Because they know they're going to suck. So it's the Peyton Manning effect.
I guess.
Like, go out there and take your lumps, kid.
I mean,
plus they have a pretty decent wide receiver.
I've always respected Urban Meyer since he became the Buckeyes coach and did all the great stuff for the Buckeyes. But I really think this is. I mean, we'll see.
He's an asshole.
I think that he's not over his. He's over his head right now. The water is bubbling.
Yeah. When you come out and say that you made roster decisions based on who was and wasn't vaccinated, it's not a good look for you right now.
No.
So,
all right. So real quick,
let's answer some questions.
Predictions. Give me a Super Bowl champion right now.
Who I think is going to win the Super Bowl. I think that the Super Bowl this year is going to be the Rams winning the Super Bowl.
The Rams?
The Rams. It's going to be the Rams winning the Super Bowl over the Bills. That's what I'm going with. The Rams and the Bills. Old man Stafford out there with the Rams now, leading the charge against young Josh Allen, the Beast. But I think that the Rams...
The Beast from the East.
I think the Rams are going to be too much.
Really?
That's what I think.
So where's your Patriots at?
They're going to make the playoffs, but they'll get beat.
Where's Tom Brady at?
Tom Brady's probably going to lose in the NFC Championship to the Rams. And it's going to be reminiscent of when he lost to the Giants twice because he can't stand on his feet long enough to beat them. The Rams' front five is probably the best in pro football. And they're going to be a motherfucker for every quarterback. I am glad I don't own Russell Wilson in any more fantasy leagues at this point in time because that dude is going to get hunted for fucking 4 games this year between the Rams games and the Niners games. Like, it's going to be fucking brutal.
So you think the Niners D is back?
The Niners are going to be fucking tough, but the Niners are one of those teams. They're so thin. Dude, they're 1 or 2 injuries away from being another 5-11 season. If they don't have those injuries, they could easily be a 13-4, 12-5 team. Like, they're kind of one of the mystery teams out there. But I just think the Rams are too loaded. I think that this team had a shitty ass quarterback when they went to the Super Bowl in Goff. I think Goff's fucking terrible. Stafford is fucking great, and he's played an entire career in Detroit, put up Hall of Fame numbers. I mean, Hall of Fame numbers when you look at him. Playing for the worst team in fucking pro football.
I don't think they're Hall of Fame. I haven't looked at them either.
I was going to say, I'll take any bet that Stafford goes to the Hall of Fame. Stafford's first ballot Hall of Famer, guaranteed. He could get retired right now and he's first ballot Hall of Fame. Who are you predicting? You can't put me on the hook. So I got the Rams beating the Bills.
Yeah.
So whenever you want to, I ain't playing nothing safe. I'm going out on a fucking limb with who I think's going to win.
Yeah.
So,
well, I would never, ever do this or ever say this, but the Browns are going to win the Super Bowl.
Fuck. Who are they going to beat?
It doesn't matter.
No, you got to pick somebody.
It doesn't matter.
If they fucking play Green Bay, if they would lose to Green Bay, I would probably never root for them again. That would be the end of it.
Do you think Green Bay has a chance to make it to the Super Bowl?
I do.
All right, well, then let's just go with that.
This is the
Aaron Rodgers versus Baker Mayfield.
It's the We Love Each Other tour in Green Bay this year. One more time. I think win or lose, he's done. So I think this is his going out party.
Swan Shong.
Yep. He's got his 28-year-old wife just waiting for him to
shut it down.
Yeah. Getting ready for him to call the tuck rule and come on home for forever with that giant stack of cash they got put together. So
sons of bitches.
So
all right, so that's the Super Bowl prediction.
Yeah.
Now let's a little closer to home. I know your answer already. Who wins the AFC North?
Baltimore. Not even close. Baltimore ends up 16-1.
Browns win the AFC North. Obviously, if they're going to win the fucking Super Bowl, I mean, duh.
Nope, they're going to be 16-1, 15-2. Baltimore.
What about the NFC North?
the Packers?
Bears no shot. Huh?
No shot.
Not even with Fields at the helm.
If the rookie's playing by week 3 in Cleveland, if somehow he beats Cleveland in Cleveland week 3, there's a chance. But
telling me there's a chance.
As much as I want to see him in the flesh in Cleveland, I also am hoping they wait till week 4 to start him. Because Garrett won't be hurt yet at that point in time, so he'll be hunting him down, and I don't need that in my life.
They probably don't want that either.
Yeah.
They're probably waiting till after week 4.
Right.
Okay. It all starts tomorrow.
I know. Who's tomorrow's game?
I have no idea.
I think Tampa's playing tomorrow, aren't they?
Should we check the ever elusive phone?
Yeah.
I guess.
You know who Chicago's playing to start it off?
Who?
The fucking Rams.
Well, you're going to find out right away if they're good or not.
I am, but I'm also glad we're playing them early in the season. Because you realize that during their Super Bowl run last year, who Tom Brady lost to? The Bears.
During their playoff run?
During their Super Bowl run last year, Brady lost to the Bears. The following week, they were down 10-0 at Green Bay and then scored like 40 in a row. And they were off and running from there. And they lost to Chicago and were 7-5. Tampa.
Wait, tomorrow's 9-9, right?
Yeah.
Wow, it's probably going to be a laugher. The Bucks versus the Boys.
That'd be a decent game. Dak's return game? That's who it is, yeah. There'll be some points thrown up in that game.
At least it's not a fucking shitty one to start.
Yeah. I mean, are you going to watch the pregame? You going to watch Tom unveil a trophy in Tampa tomorrow?
No.
Come on.
I fucking hate Tom Brady.
Do you?
I do.
You really do?
Why would I like him?
Well, because we're the #1 podcast in Southie. I feel like you better give old touchdown Tommy a little fucking break here.
Fucking sorry, all right?
Right? He's no Tony fucking Eason, though, I'll tell you that.
Well, no Tony Lou the Toe Groza.
Whoa, what? He didn't play for a fucking Boston team?
No, but he fucking kicked footballs for the Brownies.
You're killing me, Smalls. What else you want on football while we're...
That's it. I mean, unless
we're done with it.
I mean, okay, I don't have like I said, I don't have the pulse on the full NFL like you do.
Yeah.
And even though I think your picks are fucking totally whatever, off the wall.
Wrong? You can just say the word wrong.
No.
It doesn't have to be a crazier adjective.
Biggest sleeper team that could literally come out of nowhere other than the Browns, because they're not coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
People think that they're going to be good. Biggest sleeper team that could quite possibly shake the world if things go right.
You ready for this? The Washington football team.
Yeah.
Their defense is really good, and they're really young, and now they have Fitzpatrick for 1 year with 3 really, really good wide receivers, one of them being Scary Terry McLaurin out of Ohio State. They have a really good tight end who's kind of like one of those journeyman guys that ended up having a really big year for him last year, and they've got 2 really, really good young running backs, plus a third running back that kind of catches the ball. I think that they're a team that, especially in the terrible division that they play in with the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Giants, that's a team that could really shock some people as far as piling up some wins. Mm-hmm. And, let's be honest, when you're a team going to the playoffs, do you really want Chase Young hunting your quarterback down for 3 hours on Sunday afternoon?
Nah.
Not really, So that would be my pick as far as the super reach.
The sleepy of sleepiest.
Yeah, I would have picked I honestly would have picked Cincinnati in that, but their division's just too damn good.
Yeah.
So enjoy football season, y'all. It's going to be awesome.
I'm so
ready for it.
So ready.
Ohio State pulled one out. Notre Dame pulled one out. Clemson got beat.
I watched a little bit of the Notre Dame game. Watched a good 3/4 of the Buckeyes game. And you and I were texting back and forth.
I was going to say, of course you did.
And I have it on record. We can show screenshots of my phone. Jake's like, uh-oh. And I said, no. Listen here. They're going to score the next drive, and then they're never going to look back. And a few minutes later, I texted him Nostradamus. And he was like, fuck yeah. Well, he didn't really say that because he doesn't care about the Buckeyes like I do, but it was good to see.
The more time I spend in between going to Buckeyes games, the more I warm up to them because I don't have to actually deal with most of their fans.
How many Buckeyes games have you been to?
3?
It's 3 more than I've been to.
The last one,
Tier.
the last one I was at was in the 01 championship season, because I have had so much disdain for them since then. That being said, I always root for them against all the fucking other Big Ten schools, all the South schools.
Oh yeah, real quick. What was there some realignments going on?
It's kind of a weird fucking deal. So they haven't called an official realignment, but we're one step away from having basically 2 conferences.
Only 2.
Basically, yes. Like, because you have the SEC, are they up to 18 or 19 fucking schools now? So it's like legit half conference and half conference to get your conference champion now. Well, so now the Big Ten, the ACC, and the Pac-12 have all like made an alliance to where they're going to be scheduling games exclusively with each other, playing like their out-of-conference games against each other, trying to pump their shit up so that they compete, especially with an expanded 12-team playoff coming, to where they want to make sure that they're not getting shut out real bad. So the only conference that's kind of left in the dark right now is the Pac-12. Is the Big 12. And the problem with that is that they have other sports like baseball and men's college basketball that they're so fucking good at that they just can't fold the league. It's too good. Like, because those schools, they're not just going to fucking throw in the towel. Like, they've won, 2 of the last 3 basketball championships? I think they've won 4 or 5 baseball championships. It's fucking ridiculous. So,
so what, though? So you move to a different conference, you change, you're still good.
I don't want them to. They need to find a way to salvage that conference. Somebody please bring in Cincinnati. I don't know who to say this to that can fucking hear me, but can you please fucking bring Cincinnati into the Big 12, you fucking morons? Cincinnati is legit now that they have
Cincinnati's
Fickle.
Always been good.
No, they haven't. Cincinnati was good when they had Brian Kelly, who's now Notre Dame's coach, and then he left, and they sucked, and then Fickle went there when he didn't get the job at Ohio State, and now he's got him turned around again. So
Of course he does.
now, of course, come on.
He interned or filled in quite well.
He was okay. He's no fucking Mike Vrabel, I'll tell you that. They play on the same team together.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm ready for all the shit. The countdown starts for 2 things: until Alabama loses and until there's no more undefeated teams in the NFL. So the 72 Dolphins can pop the fucking champagne. Yeah.
For one, those guys are all getting long in the tooth.
Yeah, they still drink it every year.
No, that's fine. They can do that, and they earned it. But at this point, by adding games, they're just ensuring that those, what is it, the 70s Dolphins?
72 Dolphins, I believe, right?
Okay. So they keep adding games to the schedule. Guess what, boys? Your streak is intact.
Well, sort of. It was 14 for them on the regular season, and then 2 more. 3 more. So theirs was 17. And the NFL's was 19 because the Patriots were 18-0. So theirs would have been 2 more games. So now it would be 3 more games. It would be 20 instead of 17.
A lot.
I didn't say it wasn't a lot. I'm just saying the number's gone up a little bit.
It's funny, though, that the Patriots
They were so close.
They had it at the Super Bowl. They lost it at the Super Bowl to the Giants.
And Randy Moss played one of the great Super Bowls that nobody ever talks about. You remember Randy Moss scoring the go-ahead touchdown late in the 4th quarter? He scored that touchdown right before Eli put the drive on. That close.
And right before that guy, was that on 3rd down where he caught the ball on his helmet?
I think that was the first one. This was the second one. It was kind of back and forth the whole game.
I think the helmet catch was on the undefeated season.
I don't know.
We'd have to go back and look. But anyways.
It might have been. Either way, though. So I'm ready for it. I think it's going to be awesome. One of the great things about Red Zone, if you're looking for something for football season, let's just get away from predictions here and talk practicality for a minute. If you're not in love with your home market team, don't get me wrong, I like the Browns. Or if you just love fantasy football, pay the $99. You don't have to pay the $400 for Sunday ticket. $99.
Is that a flat fee or a monthly?
Flat fee, one time.
Flat.
And you get Red Zone channel the entire season. So if you do the math on it, it comes out to about $6 per Sunday. So from 1 o'clock p.m. until 8 p.m., it is wall-to-wall football. There's no commercials. They don't show punts unless it's in the late afternoon games, and they don't have anything better to do than show you a punt, or if some cool shit happens on a punch. You see every touchdown, especially like the best hour of the day is from 3:30 to 4:30. All the 1 o'clock games that are ending, they show you the ending of every one. So if the Tennessee game's getting crazy and they're driving down the field, then the Washington game's getting crazy, they're marching down the field, they'll split screen that bitch. So you can watch them both at the same fucking time. It is football crack for the football crackheads of the world. If you've never done it, you gotta try it.
It sounds like I'd be kicked out into the front yard with my TV.
Oh, man.
Stay out there, you lazy ass.
Man. You ever seen those Dave Chappelle memes where it's this crackhead character, and people will be like, "Hey, you got any more of that UFC 65? Blah blah blah." Like I keep waiting to see when this guy, "Hey, you got more of that NFL Red Zone?" Because it's that good.
It's that good.
All right, next.
Oh God, tired. I don't even know if we should get into this.
How far are we?
We're at big 4-0
Already? Holy cow! Sorry, it's the
I think
football
we're,
episode.
I think we're gonna skip the politics.
No politics tonight.
Okay.
We've been waiting too long to get back together.
All right. So we're gonna skip the politics.
Politicking.
So I've got a, grumpy old man syndrome. It's who I become in some aspects. I can't stand the people that drive slow in front of me. Can't stand the people that do this and that in front of me. Whatever. The more I see this, the more I scratch my head. And you could be for or against it. Doesn't matter. We don't always see eye to eye on everything. But being on your phone, like in close public areas, like, for instance, what did I write down here? Shopping centers, when it's busy. And you're just talking away, and you're basically just standing in front. People are trying to get around you, but you're just standing there in your own little world on your phone.
Yeah.
TSA lines. Now, this isn't really a big deal, but it's just the fact that I can hear everything you're saying. It just seems weird. And then like Cedar Point line, just weird things that we're all stuck together in the big world. We're all side by side, and I just don't understand why people just can't say, Can you call me back? Can I call you back? Just certain situations. And I saw a premier example of this the other day.
Okay.
Wife and I are at the store. She runs in. I'm sitting there. And a few minutes later, this guy comes out in a wheelchair. Looks like he can't, like his legs do not work.
Okay.
He comes out and he goes up to the side of the van, and I can see two heads are in there. And he sits there for a few minutes, and he's not. I mean, he's the dad. This is the dad,
Okay.
and you can tell he's not getting pissed off. He's just waiting. And then finally, the door opens. I'm gonna say after about 3 minutes, not real long, but
That's a long time.
it's long enough. And the door opens, and it's like his 19 or 20-ish year old kid.
Yeah.
Boy. Now he's on the phone, and I'm assuming had been on the phone. And he's on the phone, and he's just standing there, and he gets out of the way. Doors open. His dad wheels up, and his dad's doing everything all by himself. And now maybe this is something his dad said, hey, I want to do this myself. I'm not going to be, I don't want to turn into whatever. I want to be strong in the upper body, and I'm going to handle my shit.
Yeah.
But regardless, the kid's just standing there talking. And dad finally gets in, has to lean like extra far. I thought he was going to fall out. Gets the door and shuts it. I'm like, the kid can't even shut the fucking door. Anyways, I'm just watching all this, not thinking too much, because maybe the guy wants to handle his own shit.
Right.
So the hatchback's open. This is like a disassembling job. He's like fucking with it. He pulls off the wheel. And I'm okay, so this thing comes apart. And he's going for the next one. And he's still got the phone, and he's trying it with his foot. And I'm just like, fuck yeah. It fucking happened. He dropped that fucking wheelchair, went, picked up the phone, looked at it, shook his head, just pitched it in the car. Like,
That's awesome.
he didn't even tell whoever he was on the phone with, I gotta go.
Right. Fuck you.
So then he pulls off the other wheel, slams his thing, and he's fucking with this one part. He couldn't get the back to go down. He finally gets it in there. I'm just laughing. And I'm thinking, so then this started to make me think about all the most recent times where, like in Cedar Point lines, where I got this guy and he's just a young kid and he's talking on his phone. I can hear his whole conversation, but that really wouldn't bother me as much. But the fact is, he's with like four other people that are just standing there, like waiting for him to get off the phone.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why people can't say, "Can I call you back?"
I don't know.
I'm with my family at Cedar Point. I gotta get my dad into the fucking car.
Sure.
Shopping centers, you're in my way. I mean, does that bug you ever?
It drives me crazy. I mean, I kind of have like a 1 minute rule. Unless like it's my daughter or somebody that's calling me with an actual like ongoing emergency that like I'm helping them fix over the phone. Anything else that it is should be handled in 1 minute or less and then put away. just so that you're not rude to everybody else. I mean, I don't even want everybody hearing my phone conversations, but I also think it's incredibly rude to just stand there and be like, yeah, oh no, things are good. Yeah, the kids are doing real good. Like, nobody wants to hear that. You know what I mean? Like, you got enough stuff going on in your life. So if I'm going to be on my phone while I'm doing those things instead of interacting with other people socially, at least be on my phone playing, not on my phone talking. So
Right.
I'm not against that. It's not quite as bad as being on your phone driving, but it's getting there.
it just made me think, like, why don't you enjoy the people that are around you?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree.
So yeah, can I call you back? Try
Yeah.
it.
Can
Give
I
it-
call you back?
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a slight update on the Gary Lindemann story from last week
Yeah.
or last episode. If you don't recall,
You shat on his buddy.
you can go back and listen to it. But Mr. Gary,
Episode 95.
yes, Gary Lindemann is a person that we know, and
Just first and last name. And then we're giving the address next week, so just wait.
and yeah, you can egg his house.
Whoa, don't say that. Then you're liable.
Don't
That's
egg his
culpable
house.
fucking ability, man.
Well, I didn't say. I'm not going to say it.
The fact checkers will say it's not real.
It's not real. So the update is that maybe or maybe it wasn't our conversation. Maybe our conversation didn't get to Gary. Probably didn't. But whether we sent out the vibes in the world, maybe somebody did say, Gary, you're a douchebag. What are you doing? I don't know. But I found out that our buddy Steve Bliss actually, now I'm using this term lightly, he's actually giving Steve 2 games.
Yeah.
It was maybe the January game. Now he's actually, but let's be clear, he's not giving him anything. He's making them pay for him. But he should.
I was going to say everybody pays for Browns tickets right now.
No, for what Gary's doing to Steve, he should be just giving these 2 whatever.
You're a little too close to the situation.
Yeah, maybe. He's giving him a Steelers game.
That's badass if you're a Browns fan, especially when they're good. This is
He's
supposed
giving
to be
him the Steelers. I mean, you know how much money Gary could get for that fucking Steelers game?
right now. Fat cash. It's first row dog pound.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit impressed that maybe our words of wisdom flew out somewhere and banged Gary. So Gary, if you did hear us and you did do this out of generosity, how about 1 or 2 more games, then we'll call it even.
Or just one for the Harper. I mean, yeah,
you can send one our way and we'll talk good about you forever.
right.
Well, at least for one show.
I wonder if by pure happenstance and miracles, maybe Gary's part of the Hateful Eight and we just didn't know it until
Holy
now.
shit.
He might be. For those of you who don't know, when we started this podcast a couple of years ago, we were stuck on 8 followers at 8 listens for like a while. So we kind of rolled with the Hateful Eight being our joke.
Yeah. It took a good several months before we were
Right.
into the double digits.
We didn't catch on everywhere, but there were 8 hateful people out there that were loyal.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, we're rolling now.
I want to thank everybody for the most recent upticks in listens. It's been jumping quite rapidly for this show.
Crushing it.
So we appreciate it. I had a thought too. It'll come back.
and we're all fucked.
We're all fucked because of that. So that's the update with Gary. Hopefully he's turning a new leaf.
Yeah, turn a new leaf.
Just
Good for him.
do it.
Proud of him.
JDI.
That's so good.
But on the other thing, just do it. Just don't. We got some just don'ts tonight.
I got one, but you go ahead because mine's probably not great.
So this
compared.
is our newest slogan for just plain idiots. Just don't.
Just don't.
This could have been the
Don't preempt it. Just go.
No,
Don't-
I'm going to say it because the call. Can I call you back? Because it could have been the just don't.
Okay.
But I wanted to
All
talk
right.
about that a little bit more in depth.
Oh, I thought you were done with that.
I am. Walking across the street as slow as fucking possible. I have talked about this at least. This may be the 3rd time I brought this up on the show.
Yeah.
I've had my hand. I'm up to my whatever, my gizzard, in these people that I thought it was just a younger generation that just doesn't know.
Yeah.
And think that they just going to take their time. I've said this on the show before. When I was a kid, we did not play in the street. Maybe because we were fucking told not to. I
Yeah.
don't know. But when we had to cross the road, whether it was our little fucking town road or whatever, it was dart out, dart back in. was never walking.
Yeah.
Especially if there was a 5 or 2,000 pound vehicle coming my way. I'm even faster.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Now there's older. Now I get it if you have a bad hip and you can't go fast. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that are very capable and just take their good fucking time. It is basically, they're giving me the finger.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
I don't either. This is one of my biggest pet peeves on earth.
Just don't.
Yeah. Just don't be that asshole. I'm sure you've seen Full Metal Jacket.
Yes.
You remember with the part where he's going off on what's his ass? On Gomer Pyle. And he told him to lean forward and choke himself. And he's like, well, any fucking time, sweetheart. Oh, no, that's when he's climbing the obstacle. And he tells him to throw his leg over.
Right.
So that's my line. Every time I see that shit fucking going on. Any fucking time, sweetheart. It doesn't matter what they are.
My line is, today.
Today, Junior. So, yeah, I agree.
That's my first just don't.
Just
pick it up,
don't.
get out of the way, because I'm going to tell you what. You guys are dumbasses because a lot of people are looking at their fucking phones when they're driving.
Yeah.
And you're just walking as slow. Maybe you want them to hit you so you can file for whatever.
Maybe.
Sue their ass.
Telling you.
Maybe it's a fucking conspiracy.
Fucking bastards.
Okay, so this bugs me. I saw this the other day. If this is you, Jake, I'm sorry, but when you go to the drive-thru,
yeah.
what do you typically go through a drive-thru for? Beer?
Sometimes.
I go to the drive-thru for my wife's cigarettes sometimes.
Cigarettes, beer, chew, food. Money.
Money?
Ice cream. I don't know what else I'm fucking missing. Yeah, an ATM.
No. I'm talking about just like a beer drive-thru. The gas station drive-thru.
There's a million kinds of drive-thrus. I go to
just
the
talking
drive-thru.
about-
Nicotine and alcohol.
Right.
Is the general rule. Now, if I'm driving back from someplace and somebody with me is in dire need of a potato chip or they're going to die, then sometimes I grab a couple bags of snacks while I'm there, but like that's the absolute maximum.
Okay. So the other day I'm in our little drive-thru. Now I'm just going through for quick cigarettes. And I kind of believe that in my mind, the drive-thru is a quick hitter. It's not for, okay, I need 2 bags of Cheetos, 2 soda pops, some jerky. I just don't think it's if you need that much shit, I really believe park the car.
I'm not disagreeing with
Park the car.
The fucking car.
Because I'm going through this thinking that this is the express lane.
Yeah.
I'm not getting out because I think that going through this is quicker than getting out.
Yeah.
I waited, me and this other car waited almost 12 minutes.
Okay.
And then you just see the lady just handing this guy shit. Just handing him. Like, and I'm just like, how many fucking things did you make this girl go around the gas station and get?
Asshole.
I just think that's rude.
It is.
Just don't.
Just don't.
Park the car.
Here's one. Just don't be like fucking Harvard. These morons just hired an atheist to be their head of spiritual studies.
How?
That's what I'm saying. A person that doesn't believe a word of what he's researching
Well, maybe
and directing.
Maybe he's going to flip the coin.
Or
on
maybe
him.
the same school that hates Asians should stop being fucking ignorant and so fucking far left and just get in line and be a fucking place of education again. Just don't be like Harvard.
Harvard. Jesus fucking Christ. What else do we got? Okay. Stop. Yeah, just don't. Stop taking advantage of every loophole that the government is giving you. Get back to work and get off your ass and the nation's tit.
Well, as of...
I know.
Do you?
I've heard.
Then fucking say it.
Well, I heard they pulled some of that shit back.
7 million people lost it yesterday.
Lost it on that day. How long is it going to take them before they go back to work?
I don't know, but it's a good fucking start because it's the first time we haven't had an extension in a year.
Fuck. That should be the government. Just don't enable them.
They're enabling them with our money. At some point, stop the insanity. Bring people that should be working back to fucking work. They're trying to get it. They're trying to get everybody on fucking Social Security. It's what they're trying to fucking do. They're trying to get everybody on the fucking tit so they can employ their fucking bullshit, and then we're all fucked. That's all they're fucking doing. If you give somebody an option an option to fucking stay home on the couch and play video games every day and eat fucking cup of fucking noodles, they're going to take that over fucking working.
I mean, not all of that sounds great to me, but I mean, a few days a week, it'd be great to just fucking sit back on the couch and watch the tube, but I wouldn't want to do that every fucking day.
Well, you're not addicted like other people, and you come from...
I mean, I could, though. I could be.
I
enjoy video games from time to time.
At the end of a week's vacation, I'm ready to go back to work.
That's true.
That's the difference between us and them. At the end of a week's vacation, they're ready to call off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, the only people that are going to fix it are our governors and fucking people in Washington, which they got bigger fish to fry right now.
So, I'm not going to go over the topic that I had for the politics.
I got one more, just don't.
No, let's do it.
Man, you cut me off.
No.
You didn't even ask if we were done with the topic. You just moved on.
Give me a just
I'm
don't.
trying to give you a lead
How about
in.
just don't stop the whatever we're in here.
The
Segment.
segment early. If you like to go to a winery once in a while and enjoy some wine,
Scusi.
just don't be that fucking asshole that acts like they can taste every fucking note and every fucking thing and talks about it like you're some kind of fine wine connoisseur. Guess what? If you ain't writing for a fucking wine magazine that doesn't even exist any fucking more, or unless you own a fucking winery yourself, shut the fuck up. You have a fucking 9 to 5. You work a regular fucking job. You live a regular fucking life. Quit acting like you're some hoity-toity ass motherfucker and just enjoy your fucking wine. If it tastes like fucking notes of fudge and cherries to you, great. Fucking enjoy it. You know what my fucking cherry wine tastes like? That I got the same fucking winery you got that? Like fucking cherries, right? Because that's what it's supposed to fucking taste like.
And anyways, you still sound stupid when you're fucking slurping the shit and swooshing it around.
You sound like an ignorant fuck, you know? And you look like a fucking asshole over there with your fucking cardigan tied around your neck, and I'm over here telling dick jokes, making the fucking table laugh. You suck. Stop going to fucking wineries and wasting tables. Go pick up your shit and take it home.
Did you meet some hoity-toities?
Dude, if I had $1 for every person, I just want to punch in the fucking face. And like my favorite thing is like, you're a winery out in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? And you're just having a good time, you know, just fucking drinking some wine, having a fucking chew, you know, talking about NASCAR, trying to do fucking fun things. And they start bringing shit over.
Except NASCAR.
Well, I'm just saying. You'd be surprised how much NASCAR talk goes on at a winery. And I don't even watch NASCAR anymore. So this fucking, we get a flight. You know what a flight is? When you taste a bunch of shit.
Si, senor.
So this lady brings over our next tasting. They don't want to give it all to you at once because then you'll drink it too fast. And then you'll be an asshole wine drinker, which I don't relate to that. I've never been an asshole drinking wine ever. Anyway, so she brings it over and she was like, this one's delicious. It's very, very smooth. Pairs excellently with a steak. I'm like, that's fucking great. Do you have a steak? Well, no. Then why the fuck would you tell me that it goes with a fucking steak then?
Now I'm fucking hungry for a fucking
now
steak.
I want some fucking red meat, lady. Woo! So don't fucking be that asshole. Get whatever you need to out of it, but just don't project. Don't be a fucking asshole. And I'm going to tell you what, when you're fucking spinning that shit around the glass, I understand that you're looking for fucking tack on the glass and to see how well the fucking lube actually fucking runs down the side. Because that tells you about the fucking viscosity that you have going on with your fucking wine.
Thermal breakdown.
Right. I understand it. I'm just saying, don't act like you're doing something special. 3 fucking swishes and you know what the fuck's going on with your wine. Is it piss water? Yep. Oh, it still fucking tastes good? Shut the fuck up. You're there to get drunk anyway. And that's my favorite part of the whole thing. Hey, I love some bourbon. You know, Elijah fucking Craig, Toasted Barrel. It's one of my all-time favorites. Right here on the table in the middle of the night, making its grand debut. It's going to be the official, unofficial bourbon of this podcast because I love EC Toasted fucking Barrel, and I got more bottles upstairs to fucking crack once in a while. Woo! But I drink it because I like it. And I drink it because it gets me fucking drunk. Because that's why everybody drinks, whether they're going to say it. Why do you drink? Well, I enjoy a good seltzer now and again. No, because the seltzer gets you fucking drunk. Right? Why the fuck else would you drink? Do you drink it because you feel so much better the next day? No. Nobody fucking does. You drink to get fucked up. Right? Quit acting like you don't. Drink your fucking wine. Have a good time. If being a hoity-toity fuck makes you feel better, do it. Just do it fucking silently. That's all I ask.
Or get duct tape for your mouth and put a little straw for the wine.
Right. Or just let your wife fuck you in the ass with a dildo in front of the entire place because that's about where you've leveraged yourself at that point. Unless you're cool and you're into that, then hey, I'm not here to judge you.
No, we're not judging anybody.
You're totally fucking judging. Why aren't you judging that, Adam? Is there something you would like to tell our listeners?
I'm not judging nobody.
You don't think that you should be judging that?
If your wife is fucking you in the ass with a dildo?
Yeah, you don't think that there's a line that should be drawn for this
I
show?
have a.
I mean, what happened to no bullshit? Like the Common Sense Podcast said, like we are the Common Sense Podcast.
Yeah,
in
and
Southie.
here's your common sense.
You think there's a lot of grown men that made it in fucking Southie getting fucked in the
Listen
ass
to
right
this
now?
phrase. Moib. It's mind your own business. It's a valiant and long tenured.
Have we not been listening to updates on your neighbors for like the last 2 years?
You know why?
That ain't that's not your business.
It is my business. When
How?
they're selling drugs across the street and my kids are out in the front yard.
Are they selling drugs to your kids in your front yard?
My kids ask me what the fuck's going on,
Well,
and then it's my business.
Well, they didn't buy it, did they?
They're also squatting from my neighbor who I care dearly for, and that's bullshit.
But that guy don't love you. Are you getting a cut of the rent?
Well,
Then mind your own business.
it's not about minding my own business.
What's it about?
My street is my business, because if you don't take care of where you live, it's all going to go to shit.
Whoa. I don't
So
know if
it
that's
is my business.
true. I don't agree with that.
Well, you're wrong.
I don't talk to my neighbors ever, and everything goes fine on my street.
Well, you must have some upstanding neighbors. I had dog shit neighbors across the street.
Right, I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying.
Well, it's
Mind your own business.
they're about out. When it comes to what some guy does with his wife after hours, that's their own business.
I don't know that it is. I feel like that's a representation of really what
Now,
you're willing to go through.
If you shaking your neighbor's hand and you didn't know that, yeah, he had a shitty dildo in his hand a little bit
right,
ago.
20 minutes ago, he was giving himself a reach around. You can't have that.
Well, no. If he's out shaking hands, then it's your business.
Right. I'm just saying. To me, there's lines we don't cross, and that's one of them.
All right. Well, that's it.
On that note, no more butt play.
That's it. That's all we got for tonight. We appreciate you.
That's right. Well, we also appreciate a good look at your mental health. So, if there we go. If you're struggling with something, man, like seriously, you got to pick up the phone. It's 1-800-662-4357. It's the National Mental Health Awareness Hotline. Call. Someone's going to be on the other end to help you out with this.
Absolutely. If you're have bad thoughts about hurting yourself or others, or just can't kick that substance abuse problem, give the number a call.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll talk to you guys again real soon.
Pip, pip.
Cheerio! Crank that shit up.
I'm doing it methodically.